But first tonight, if you're an armed citizen, what should you do if you see a crime happening? One citizen at a gas station took a shot, killing the suspected robber.
All I can say was the good guys won.
Tonight, more about the law and what the police union recommends.
Tonight, more questions remain after a robbery turned deadly in St. Charles this weekend. Police say a witness stopped the crime by shooting and killing the robber.
Every time you second guess if you have to take a life, but you also have to think, is it for the greater good? And my answer is yes.
5 on Your Side spoke exclusively with that armed citizen. He asked us to conceal his identity. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Ann Allred. Many are calling the armed Quiktrip customer a hero after he shot and killed the armed robbery suspect. Pepper Baker joins us live from the Quiktrip where that robbery happened with advice from a local police union president. Pepper.
And Mike, that was certainly a courageous act by the customer, but it could have had a much different ending. If you are a concealed carrier who witnesses a crime, there are a lot of factors that go into making the right decision.
I've been in law enforcement for almost 40 years and I've never shot nobody in my career.
As president of the Eastern Missouri Coalition of Police, Donald Van knows all about making tough calls.
I've had a great career. I don't want to shoot nobody.
There are always risks when responding to active crimes as an armed police officer, or in this case, an armed witness.
If you come into a situation where there's something going on in a business or whatever, and you haven't entered yet, your first objective is to call 911.
That's the only advice Van gives the Quiktrip customer who acted during an armed robbery in St. Charles Saturday. The customer was legally carrying a gun and asked us to protect his identity.
I think everyone should carry, honestly, because you never know when you're going to be put in a situation like that. And criminals carry, so, I mean, sometimes the police won't be there in time or before time, or you might need to be that person to help out.
Then you got to make a decision. Am I capable of doing this? Am I capable of shooting somebody? Probably going to kill them. That's a pretty big thing to take on. I mean, not everybody can do that. Even police officers who do it, that has happened to, can't live with it.
The customer said he had extensive training with guns and handling emergency situations.
You can't just go buy a gun on Monday, take the class on Thursday, Friday, and think you're ready to go. You better get to the range on a frequent basis to get used to that weapon. Training
was going through my mind. Make sure I'm looking at the target, making sure there's nothing behind the target that I don't, want to get hurt.
After the suspect, 26-year-old Lance Bush, had a knife pointed at the clerk, he charged at the customer, who shot 4 times and killed Bush.
He already had a knife at her throat. He could have pulled out something bigger than what I had, and you would have had 2 people dead instead of 1.
Ultimately, Van says the customer did the right thing.
He made a great decision. I have no problems with that at all. He did a great job. But like I said, if you're going to do it, you better call 911 first so they know where you're at.
Pepper, so what about this customer that we talked to? Will he face any charges? Was he arrested?
Well, and the customer was detained and released. He said that he was told that he most likely would not face charges, and Van doesn't think he's going to face charges either. Now, the customer fired shots after the suspect ran towards him with a knife and whatever else he was carrying in his bag. It's important to note that the Missouri's Stand Your Ground law allows a person to use deadly force in self-defense instead of retreating if their life is threatened.